Well, this is Pedro Muñoz Roman from BBVA Open Innovation, and I'm going to talk about how the banks, in this case BBVA, is collaborating with the startups and fintechs. Basically, this is the main meaning of open innovation. Maybe you have an issue with the presentation. At any rate, I can start talking because I know by heart the presentation. Oh, there you are. Thank you very much. I was about just to say that by heart, but yes, exactly. BBVA. Sometimes people ask me, what is BBVA? And let me just simply dedicate these 10 seconds to give you very brief numbers about BBVA. This is a global bank with a presence in more than 30 countries. We have over 125,000 employees and over 74 million of customers. But apart from that, I really would like to focus on one specific number, who is there in down right, that says that we are spending, last year in 2008, 103 million in social impact programs. That is to say, programs that they have a social impact. Among them, we have the competition of startups, BBVA Open Talent, and also we have the program for social entrepreneurship called BBVA Momentum. So, we have different ways to innovate. Firstly, is just to do it organically. This is how we develop our programs ourselves. This is basically do it yourself. The second part is we can be close to the innovation with certain investments and acquisitions that we do in fintechs and startups. And thirdly, we have the open innovation. What is open exactly in innovation? I'm going to describe that a little bit later. But I would like to tell you that basically for us, our main mission in open innovation is to connect and collaborate with fintech community to bring the amazing to the hands of our customers. This is our main mission. I really would like to tell you that we believe in this. We believe in the innovation when we are talking with the startups, talking with fintech, because we truly believe that they can bring us a lot of opportunities together. So how we do it also inside BBVA? Firstly, we move the business areas of BBVA to the ecosystem. We need to really approach them, people from BBVA, to the ecosystem and to bring them opportunities outside, to connect them, to take them outside from the offices, and to be interacted in events or with players in the ecosystem. This is how they start changing their mind. This is for us very important. Secondly, we also are the bridge. And being the bridge means that we are connectors. We connect something that is happening outside with the business units inside BBVA. And we do it with different things. Like, for example, we have the BBVA Open Talent competition, but also we have the marketplace that I will describe a little bit better. Both of them, they are certain initiatives, but also we are in events, we do challenges, we do hackathons, etc. And this is the way how we can connect innovation that is outside with the BBVA business units. And in the third case, we believe that has a mutual benefit. Mutual benefit in the sense that the business units can learn something from the ecosystem, can identify trends, can check new opportunities, but also for the startups. With the startups that we collaborate with, always they learn from BBVA. They know how to develop their products, and we already have a lot of experience checking how the startups, after interacting with us, they can develop a new line, a new product, and they can check the new opportunities thanks to their learners. And also, when one startup is doing something with us in one country and it works, they receive a very fast scale because we can export that solution to other countries of BBVA. So somehow in Colombia, there is a solution that works. Automatically, this solution is exported to different countries in BBVA. Our activity is divided into two. As I was mentioned before, we have the ecosystem builder, because we truly believe that being open means to be connected with the ecosystem. And for that, we have certain activities, as I was mentioned before. And something that we call ecosystem collider. How we do everything is, firstly, we have the awareness. We have to identify from the ecosystem collider side which are the main needs, the main pain points of the areas. They have a lot of projects, but we don't have everything inside. So we need to go outside and try to find it. And for that, we have the connection with parties, events, etc., in order to check and identify opportunities. Then secondly, we have the origination. Once that we have that, we try to create the connection. We check that, firstly, we have this need. Secondly, we have this in the market. And we try to contract, to talk to partners to bring us opportunities, to bring us startups through a drive-in scouting. Then thirdly, we have the connection, and the connection, we call this something Connection Festival. For us, this is very important and crucial because this is the way how we connect the innovation that we find outside with the business units of BBVA. And you will say, but that's very simple. You have a call, you have a meeting. But if you're a corporate or you are a corporation or a bank, let me give you an example. It's not the same when you have a call one-to-one with the startup, and the startup is just presenting to one person the solution, than if you have the whole bank connected online to this conversation that lasts 30 minutes with the business units and the startup, because everyone can reach and can get all that information. Maybe one business unit is checking the solution of the startup from one perspective in order to find collaboration. But maybe in another country, they find very interesting that solution for different things, for different line of different products. Or maybe another person can be inspired, can be interested in something specific from that startup or that fintech. So that's why we create the Connection Festival for the whole group of BBVA, for the whole banks. And this is something that basically is going to happen next week for the rest of the group. And lastly, the collaboration. Collaboration is when something is interesting by the business units, we sit down together, the startup and the business units, and they start to co-create. And for that, we have an internal process called Fast Track. What is Fast Track? Let me explain you this. One big corporation of BBVA, if we want to innovate with one startup, we have a lot of different departments inside the house, right? We have a lot of departments, we have one business unit, but traditionally, when they wanted to do one project, they started back and forth with certain emails, internal meetings, etc. And they were trying to boost one project internally, and somehow, working in the waterfall methodology, it lasted a lot of time. So from the other side, the startup is a group of people that they don't need to waste time with one big corporation of BBVA. They really need a fast answer. They really need if that works or not. But they cannot be 6 months talking with one bank, one big corporation, in order to accelerate or to create one project. So what we did is just we created this process where we sit together, the startup, with the business unit in order to discuss everything around the project and to frame the POC. And we do it in the same week, together with the following people. Are involved the startup team, one person from a business perspective, another person from a technical perspective, the business unit, and they also have the technical leads of that business unit. Thirdly, we gather together, and this is the key point here in this internal process. We gather together all the shapers, and the shapers we call them because they are going to shape the POC. They are going to say which is their opinion and what is happening in this project in order to shape it, to make it possible. And all of them, they are going to understand very well, if they work together during that week, what is going to happen, what they really want, and they are going to give the opinion from their perspective, from their expert area of knowledge. For example, here we have the risk, we have the compliance, we have the legal department, the data protection office, and everyone is working together with the startup and the business units. Thirdly, we have the makers, and the makers are the technology guys, the engineering, security, solution architect that also are going to make it possible, and I'm going to say that if that proposal makes sense or not from the technical perspective. And lastly, we have the service design and open innovation team, and you will say, service design, who are the people? This is an internal process based on agile methodology, putting everyone together during 3 days of hard work in order to create the POC, but also we have the design thinking tools of methodology. So we really need someone there from design, service design, in order to create these conversations and these debates internally in the group of team. So there are many benefits. I already explained you some of them. I would say that the main benefits for me is that instead of spending 6 months in the business units with a lot of meetings and a lot of calls, they have clear the POC and the project with the startup in 1 week, even in less than 1 week. In 3 days, we work hardly with everyone together, and we are willing to have a quick answer to the startup and to check which are our main points. For sure, after that, you are going to have a lot of to-dos. And always happens. We have to check and to review this business model, or maybe we have to review some contracts, unsold contracts. But you already know what you have to do, and everything is clear. Once that you do it, all the business units are going to tell you, yes, go on, because from the risk, compliance, data protection, legal, fiscal, procurement, etc. perspective, everything is set and clear. Moving on, this is some of the fast tracks that we have done in BBVA. Basically, a couple of weeks we did one fast track, the first fast track in Spain, and we did it with 2 startups, and you can see their names there. And one of them, by the way, is Afterbanks, who is a startup here in Valencia. They are in Marina de Empresas, and I would like to mention that because this event takes place here in Valencia, and one of the startups was coming from Valencia. Also, we have the Open Summit. This is weird because in an event I'm talking about another event, but Spain Startup already did that, so let me please just 30 seconds to tell you that we truly believe that we have to build the ecosystem. We truly believe in that. We need to support the ecosystem. We need to give something in return. We cannot just be an actor trying to receive innovation. We have to develop and deploy something else to the ecosystem. And we have also this initiative, which is a 100% event made and organized by BBVA in order to give content to the startups and to the players and people from the ecosystem, and also to create connections. And we really like to create opportunities thanks to the interaction, thanks to the connection, and this is also a very great opportunity to do networking. Every year happens in Madrid around October. The last year we had over 100 people different in the event. Let me also explain you a little bit more about Open Talent 2019, that this year is going to celebrate the 11th year, the 11th edition. From the PR perspective, everyone knows that this is the way how we support startups. We recognize the best solutions, and we try to give the best awards. We already gave around 1.6 million euro in awards during the last years, so it's not that bad. But also, I have to tell you that over 6,000 startups already passed through the evaluation process of Open Talent. This year, I really, I would encourage you to, if you know startups, if you are an accelerator, if you are a VC, if you are also an association, so don't miss the opportunity to tell everyone that Open Talent 2019, the pre-registration is already open. The launch of Open Talent 2019 will occur in May. But also, this is another chance for all the startups to gain visibility, connection with the bank, and to try to get one of the awards. Why not? But also internally, inside the house, I have to tell you one secret. We have over 500 people evaluating the solutions globally inside the bank. And also, this is a great opportunity for all the business units of BBVA to find opportunities of innovation and connections and collaborations with the startups that they present in the contest. So also for us, it's a great opportunity to create that connections. The last tool is the BBVA Open Marketplace. This is a global platform that we have in the bank to connect also the startups and also the business units. If one startup doesn't want to go to the competition because they don't feel like, or they are in another milestone or a scale-up, for example, maybe they don't want to go to another competition, but yes, maybe they can sign in the BBVA Open Marketplace, because this is the global platform where over 1,100 startups are already registered there, presenting their solution. And in the other side, we have over 500 experts of BBVA and business units trying to find opportunities in innovation with other startups that are registered in the marketplace. So also, if you are a startup, this is a great opportunity to be part of the family of BBVA, because they are looking for your solution, and this is a great place to present your solution. Lastly, I have to tell you all this, the last thing. This is very difficult. I would say that open innovation is not that easy, you know. We have some certain initiatives, but in the end, it needs a change in the culture. You need to change in culturally the bank. And we see that because in the end, open innovation also means to try, to check different things, to do it in a different way, and to be ready to fail. But to fail, to try fast, and to change again, and to learn from the mistakes. And this is very difficult in traditional organizations, but I really need to encourage the rest of the corporations and the rest of the banks to do it, because this is crucial. You have to change your culture in order to innovate with the startups. And also because if you want to innovate with the startups, you have to work and think as a startup, because we need to be at the same level and to have fast conversations, have fast processes, and fast decision makers. Lastly, one question. Are we learning as fast as the world is changing? And I put this question over the table because I think that outside there are happening crazy things. The world is moving crazily fast. And I think that all the corporations will have to be faster, at least, than the ecosystem or the market, because if you are slow in the end, I think that you are going to miss a lot of opportunities that are happening outside. Thank you very much.